Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the WIMEC Committee of the ICI, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to Yashaswini and Idol Series 77. Yashaswini is a Wednesday series of program conducted by the WIMEC for the women and by the women CAs. This series is an extension of the Sky High Synopsium, which concluded its 100 episodes. It is one of the committee's initiative to not only disseminate information to women members on technical updation and non-technical skills, but also to empower and inspire women members to come at forefront and realize their verbal skills at public forum. Today, I would also like to take this chance to introduce you to our new initiative, which is presented by WIMEC itself, which is Altair, which stands as Soar, Lead and Shine. It was launched after the grand success of Falcon. It is a CA Women Leadership Conclave where guest of honor will be our Honorable former Union Minister Mrs. Smriti Irani. It will be held on 8th of November at Yogi Sabhagrah, Dadar. So take this chance to enroll for the same and avail early bird discounts. Um, so for today's session, I would like to introduce CA Priyanka Pandey, madam. She is a CA by profession with strong experience in corporate audits, financial reporting, and compliance under Ind AS and Companies Act 2013. She has worked on audits of joint ventures and NBFCs, handling consolidated and statutory audits, due diligence, and other advisory assignments. I welcome you, ma'am, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Neha. So, should I start? Hello?
Yes, ma'am, we can start.
Thank you so much, and good afternoon,
Good
everyone.
afternoon.
Yes, as today's topic is Women CA Driving Audit Quality in Corporate Audit. So, as we all know, corporate audit is a systematic examination of financial statements, internal controls, compliance, and operation of the company. So what contained in financial statement? All we all know financial statement consists of our balance sheet, profit and loss account, cash flow. In case of India, it is also statement of change in equity and also significant accounting policy also. So for this, whether my financial statement is correct or not, we have to, our objective as a woman CA and CA as a all, whether ensure whether the statement is accurate or not, whether it is reliable or not, whether it is complied with all the regulatory requirement or not, and it is within governance or not. So for that, we'll check first of all, financial statement is accurate, ensure reliable and trustworthy. See, our financial statement is no longer just between the company and the chartered accountant. It belongs to all stakeholders. For example, you have to take a loan. You have to submit the financial statement to bank. The numbers going there, it just it is bank who rely on us to check whether the financial statement, all the numbers are correct or not. It is complied with all the state things or not. Reliability, since we are checking, stakeholders are reliant that all the relevant compliance is taken care of by the auditor who are signing the audit report. Now, compliance, all statutory regulated, for example, Companies Act, FEMA, INDES, all this thing is required to be checked by us. We are supporting government by not only just taxes, but in form of growth also. For example, any company is hiding turnover, so we are reporting. For since we have a power to modify our report that since this person is not reporting sales correctly, understating their revenue, understating their cost, overstating their cost, by our power they can report correct numbers, which is also important, which will go in the MCA website, which is helpful for government to check whether our company, whether our country as a whole is growing or not. Okay? So it is our financial statement is just not numbers, it is tool for transparency, accountability, and strategic decision making. Whether one stakeholders, for example, IPO is coming, numbers are there in the financial statement, whether that financial statement is correct or not, to be taken by to take the decision of the uh, for example, subscriber of the whether I should invest in that what to call company or not, whether I should take IPO, whether I should apply or not for that company's IPO. So this is one thing. Should I share my? I'm sharing my this PPT for paper thing. One second. Okay. So audit quality definitions compliance with this I have done with professional skepticism and independence. Very, very important. Very, very important. One second. What is happening? Chalo, I'll just print it. Next is audit quality and definitions. So professional skepticism. Then professional skepticism, whether we have maintained objective mindset and we should avoid bias or undue influence of any management while reporting on our audit report. And independence is very, very important because, as I earlier said, the financial statement is no longer just between company and the auditee, auditor. Audit quality also competence and professional judgment. Professional judgment applying technical expertise and sound judgment. Sound judgment, for example, whether particular, for example, company is private limited company. He has taken what do you call loan from individual. Uh, so this cannot be happened. Company cannot just take amount or take a loan from any individual, random individual. So financial borrowings from individual is very, very restricted. So we cannot just say that amount is nominal, 1,000, 2,000. It is not about the amount. It is not about materiality of amount. It is about judgment, whether we should take or not, whether regulatory compliance has done or not. So risk assessment and internal control. Internal control again very, very important. Since wherever financial statement are prepared, just we have to ensure that financial statement numbers from where software, for example, from software numbers are coming. Software itself is not safe. Anybody from sales department come and pass the general entry. It should be restricted. It should be controlled by the management, and we have to overlook that financial statement has secured, rather system of the companies are secured and control risk assessment and internal control evaluation, transparency and reporting, clear communication in the financial statement. Wherever we think that we should communicate with the company, we should clearly communicate with the management that this is happening. For example, कोई भी सेल्स दिखा रहा है, कोई भी परचेज दिखा रहा है, कोई भी खर्चे दिखा रहा है, और मैनेजमेंट ये बीच ये ऑडिट अकाउंटिंग टीम में, फाइनेंस टीम में अपने आप से करते जा रहे और मैनेजमेंट को कुछ पता ही नहीं. So this should not be the scenario. We should be unbiased. We should not take the side of accounting or finance team saying that whatever they are doing is correct or not. We have to enlighten that the financial statement are not safe. Numbers are not going correct. It will be very, very dangerous in the future. So just take the charge and ask the finance team to get control, get statements, the system in a place. Audit quality is not just compliance, but a combination of technical excellence and ethical effectiveness communication. So, because of audit quality, ICI also set one audit quality maturity level. In that क्वालिटी मैच्योरिटी में बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस ऐसे ऐसे पूछे हुए हैं, क्यों? क्योंकि टू कंपेयर with the peers that whatever is going, see, everybody is doing everything by their self, by applying their judgment, but whether that judgment is correct or not, whether judgment is it aligned with regulation or not. So ICI has formed various questions. If you see yes, no, whether you are following or not, the processes, whether standards process are following or not. These questions are based on that. They have also provided marks, marks to the firm, whether they have following all this not. Now this number, peer reviewer certificate will be based on this number only. So we have to take care of that we are following whatever process has been following in the peers or not. In that, human resources management are also taken care of. Very marks are given to human resources. So the human resources in our peer, our employee, our article should be trained with how to follow the guidelines, how to read the any schedule guide, and rules for that matter. So we should train our article trainee employee to follow this process, follow the guidelines of the institute, which is very important. Very, it is very technical. Technical as it is free. You can read and you can understand. आप कहीं भी अगर रुकते हो कि मतलब लोन में क्या दिखना चाहिए, शॉर्ट टर्म में क्या दिखना चाहिए, लॉन्ग टर्म में क्या, everything is guided there. It is very helpful, and we have guidance like guidelines for everything. मतलब for example schedule 3, division 1 2 3, फिर उसके बाद शेड्यूल 2, फिर टैक्स ऑडिट का भी गाइडलाइंस, एवरीथिंग इज देयर. जस्ट फॉलो दैट एज अ रोड मैप कि ऐसा ऐसा ये होना चाहिए. इसके बजाय पे हम कुछ कर नहीं रहे हैं. अभी तो क्या हो गया, जो बिग फोर हैज फॉर्म द बिल्डिंग, ट्रैक चेंज मोड पे ही वो करते हैं. आईसीआई का गाइड एक फॉर्मेट है, उसके अंदर तुम भरो जो चेंजेस कर रहे हो, दैट कैन बी विजिबल. आप अपने लाइन, अपने एक कॉमा फुल स्टॉप भी आप अपने मन से मत डालो. इट इज वहां पे जो लिखा है बिकॉज ऑफ सम रीजन ये लिखा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर मैं डिविजन 2 में जाऊँ और वहां पे ये देखना है मुझे, अदर करंट फिक्स डिपॉजिट हैविंग मेच्योरिटी लेस देन 3 months, इट इज ग्रुप अंडर कैश एंड कैश इक्विवेलेंट. बट अगर फिक्स डिपॉजिट 3 साल का है, फिर वो केस में 31 मार्च के बाद अगर वो 3 में क्या बोलते हैं, इट इज मेच्योरिंग, वहां नॉन करेंट में वैसे नहीं देखा जाता कि मेच्योरिटी फ्रॉम डेट ऑफ एफडी 3 months और हाउ मच. तो हम लोगों को वो केस में 31 मार्च रिमेनिंग पीरियड कितना है वो देखना है. तो इट इज वेरी टेक्निकल एंड वेरी हेल्पफुल कि कौन से सेक्शन में क्या जाएगा. So that is one thing. Compliance with, say, professional skepticism then. Risk assessment and internal. Identifying material risk and assessing the effectiveness is very transparency and reporting to audit committee. Clear communication with audit committee and stakeholders. Finding, misstatement, recommendation. जो आपने फाइंड किया है, प्रॉब्लम है, वो उनको रिकमेंडेशन के साथ बोलो कि कोई भी बंदा है, यू शुड यूज यूजर आईडी, पासवर्ड, किसने चेंज किया, कब चेंज किया. और ये तो अभी हमारे ऑडिट रिपोर्ट में भी आ ही चुका है पहले से कि ऑडिट ट्रेन क्या है और at what time anybody has entered the amount, modified the amount, whether they have deleted anything or not. So these are also taken care of in our Caro report, which I'm coming in next few minutes. With reference to compliance with regulatory framework, सबसे पहले अपने तो कंपनीज एक्ट आता है जिसमें स्टैट्यूटरी ऑडिट, कारो ऑडिट कमेटी. नाउ कारो में क्या है, in Caro, we have to just report whatever happened during the year in the financial. Like financial statement, तो it is preparing का responsibility of the government, I'm so sorry, of the company. financial statement वो prepare करे, कुछ भी लिखे, कुछ भी करे, पर आपके हाथ में जो है, आपके हाथ में मतलब हमारे हाथ में, जो सीए लोग के हाथ में है, इट इज टू रिपोर्ट इन कारो कि जैसा जैसा हुआ है वी कैन राइट इन आवर ऑडिट रिपोर्ट, वी कैन ऑल्सो मेंशन जहाँ पे भी ओपिनियन देना है, जहाँ पे भी बेसिस ऑफ ओपिनियन देना है, वी कैन राइट कि ऐसा ऐसा हुआ है, ऐसा मतलब हुआ है कि ये चीजें हुई है फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट में, ये लोग गलतियां कर रहे हैं, वी कैन रिपोर्ट ओवर देयर। इन कारो जो हुआ है वो लिखना है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल कि लोन में एक दिन का भी डिफॉल्ट हुआ, एक दिन का डिफॉल्ट इज डिफॉल्ट, उसमें आप मटेरियलिटी पे मत जाओ कि ड्यूरिंग या 60 ट्रांजेक्शन हुआ, एक एक छूट गया, एक छूट गया से नहीं, एक छूट गया वो भी रिपोर्ट करना पड़ेगा आपको, वहां पे आपका जजमेंट नहीं, फैक्चुअल चीजें जाएंगी कि ये ऐसा ऐसा करना था, ऐसा ऐसा हुआ है, with accounting standard and Ind AS. SEBI regulation listed company. For example, SEBI regulation listed company, एक NBFC company है, whose whose debenture are listed on stock exchange. So in that case, we have a regulation of giving security cover. Now, for giving security cover, we have to check whether debentures ka numbers are correct or not, per value of debenture is correct or not, ratio is correct or not, debt ratio, everything is correct or not, whatever given in the security, whether the security is it is safe as a that security is there or not, and whether that security has considered for charge in MCA side or not, whatever the debenture trustee के account में है, उसका charge created है ना MCA के side पे। फिर टैक्सेशन, इनकम टैक्स फेमा, कंप्लायंस विद फॉरेन इन्वेस्टमेंट, वो अपने को फेमा में चेक करना है। आईसीआई गाइडलाइंस एंड स्टैंडर्ड ऑडिटिंग, आईसीआई अपने को गाइड हमेशा ही करता है, टैक्स ऑडिट हो, अपना डिवीजन 1 हो, 2 हो, 3 हो, उसमें सब गाइडलाइंस, आप रोड मैप की अगर उसको फॉलो करो, उसमें 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 कोई एम्बिग्विटी नहीं रहना चाहिए। ओवर द पीरियड दिस गाइडलाइंस इज ऑल्सो गेटिंग मॉडिफाइड, गेटिंग अपडेटेड in a best way possible by our colleague only, मतलब हर एक ICI के members trying to improve that guidelines over the period. Statutory जो regulatory है, this is not just मतलब एक ऑडिट रिपोर्ट बनाना है तो जस्ट मल्टीपल रेगुलर नेविगेशन, मल्टीपल रेगुलेटरी फ्रेमवर्क simultaneously, and women CAs are playing a key role in ensuring full compliance while maintaining audit quality. अगर मैं वुमेन सीए हूँ, कॉर्पोरेट ऑडिट का हूँ, स्टैट्यूटरी ऑडिट में, जैसे कि अभी मेरे को कारों में रिपोर्टिंग करना है, तो फर्स्ट क्लॉज 3 का फर्स्ट पॉइंट आया अपना कि पीपीई, वेदर आवर असेट, कंपनीज का असेट इज 1 सेकेंड, कंपनी इज वेदर टाइटल डीड इन्वेस्टमेंट का कंपनी के नाम पे है या नहीं, कंपनी की असेट्स आर टाइमली, क्या बोलते हैं, काउंटिंग हो रही है या नहीं, वेरिफिकेशन हो रहा है या नहीं, दिस all are reported in caro only in clause 1. When I go in clause 2, in respect of inventory, इन्वेंट्री अगर कंपनी के पास है, देखो ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए आप यहाँ पे लिख रहे हो नो इन्वेंट्री और आपके बैलेंस शीट के आइटम में लिख रही है इन्वेंट्री, ऐसा क्रॉस रेफरेंसिंग में, whenever we are preparing balance sheet, we have to also cross references with the notes to accounts and also with other notes to accounts, with our audit report also. An audit report is just not 3-4 pages audit report. It's become very lengthy. Audit report, then CARO, then internal financial control on CARO, our financial statement. In that case, inventory में अगर ऐसा problem आया तो we have to guide our, we have to change our audit को। गलती से किसी आर्टिकल को दिया, उन्होंने लिख दिया कि there is no inventory, तो और हम चैट जीपीटी पे डाल दिया वेदर बता, तो ऐसे नहीं, चैट जीपीटी पे नहीं, अपना भी थोड़ा दिमाग लगाना पड़ेगा कि अगर कंपनी में इन्वेंटरी है तो वी शुड रिपोर्ट है, इन्वेंटरी प्रॉपर है, उसके सामने अगर कोई लोन अगर लिया हुआ है तो उसकी रिपोर्ट बैंक को रिटर्न भी क्वार्टरली जा रहा है, ये सब चीजें हम लोगों को ध्यान में इन रिस्पेक्ट ऑफ लोन्स एंड एडवांसेस एंड गारंटी अकॉर्डिंग टू इन्फॉर्मेशन। जो भी इन्वेस्टमेंट लिए हुए है द इन्वेस्टमेंट मेड एंड टर्म्स एंड कंडीशन ग्रांट, मतलब जो भी लोन in clause 3 in respect of loans and advances guarantee or security provided whether the investment is prejudicial to interest of the company or not। मतलब ऐसा नहीं है ना कंपनी के नाम पे ये इन्वेस्टमेंट ही नहीं है और हम इन्वेस्टमेंट इन्वेस्टमेंट दिखा रहे हैं डायरेक्टर्स के नाम पे है, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए। कंपनी के नाम पे ही इन्वेस्टमेंट है और इन्वेस्टमेंट सिक्योर, मतलब we are trading in that or we are holding that safely। ठीक है, फिर when I come to clause number 4, company whether company has given a loan to director or not, or डायरेक्टर से लोन नहीं लिया है ना, we have to also get confirmation from directors also कि whether in written that whether you have taken the director loan or not करके। in 5 we have also company has not accepted any deposit on a, so that is what I'm saying पहले कि 1,000 रुपए का भी लोन लिया हो पर वो नहीं अलाउड है, तो कंपनी हैज नॉट एक्सेप्टेड एनी डिपॉजिट और अमाउंट विच आर डीम्ड टू बी डिपॉजिटेड, हेंस रिपोर्टिंग अंडर दिस क्लॉज आर आल्सो रिक्वायर्ड एंड ऑर्डर में है या नहीं दैट इज आल्सो वी हैव टू गिव डिटेल, मेंटेन द कॉस्ट रिकॉर्ड। अभी कॉस्ट रिकॉर्डिंग करेक्ट हो रही है या नहीं, कॉस्ट रिकॉर्डिंग में फॉर एग्जांपल हम यहाँ पे अपना रिपोर्ट लिख रहे हैं कि हाँ कॉस्ट रिकॉर्डिंग बराबर से रिपोर्ट हो रही है पर अपने को कॉस्ट ऑडिट ही एप्लीकेबल नहीं है, so this cross referencing is also very important। Statutory dues in 7 statutory dues, so have we see समटाइम घाई घाई में कि हाँ ऑडिट रिपोर्ट फाइनल करना है करके हम दे देते हैं, चेक भी नहीं करते कि जो 6 मंथ से ज्यादा का कोई आउटस्टैंडिंग है या नहीं, आउटस्टैंडिंग है या नहीं मतलब कि अक्टूबर से आउटस्टैंडिंग था फॉर एग्जाम्पल लेट से कोई टीडीएस का ही पेबल फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगस्त में पेंडिंग था और पे नहीं किया था, आउटस्टैंडिंग था, मार्च की रिपोर्टिंग के टाइम में वो पे हो गया था, तो वी अरे वो पे तो हो गया है ना छोड़ देते, ऐसा नहीं करना है। 6 मंथ से ज्यादा ड्यू था यू हैव टू रिपोर्ट इट, पे किया वो लिख देंगे पर ड्यू था वो आपको लिखना ही पड़ेगा। सेकेंड इन नोट नंबर in clause 8 whether the transaction relating to previously unrecorded income that has been surrendered or disclosed in income during the year। undisclosed income तो कंपनी के पास है नहीं, पता चला यहाँ पे undisclosed income का नोटिस आया हुआ है इनकम टैक्स से और ऑडिटर ने हमको बताया ही नहीं, तो इन दैट केस what will be what what we have we can ask for अगर हम नहीं आईटी रिटर्न उनसे करते तो वी कैन आस्क फॉर इनकम टैक्स का देयर वेबसाइट का यूजर आईडी पासवर्ड और आस्क देम टू शो अस whether any such notice has given by income tax or not, so this will be the very confirmation that कि कोई भी undisclosed income का इनको आया नोटिस नहीं आया, so we can record here very correctly। In note number 9, again the company has not defaulted, not defaulted, not a single default will be acceptable here। अगर 2 दिन से 4 दिन से 2-4 भी ट्रांजेक्शन इन 60 इंस्टॉलमेंट आपने पे किया अलग अलग लोन के, एक भी डिफॉल्ट इज डिफॉल्ट, यू हैव टू कंपल्सरी रिपोर्ट। इनिशियल पब्लिक ऑफर से नहीं लिया है ना इन 10 नंबर, in 11 no, clause number 11 no fraud has been fraud by the company and no material fraud whether any कंपनी पे फ्रॉड हुआ है या नहीं, कंपनी ने फ्रॉड किया है या नहीं, ये सारे रिपोर्टिंग। फिर फॉर एग्जांपल हम लोगों के पास एनबीएफसी है, ठीक है, वी हैव टेकन रजिस्ट्रेशन, और इन दैट इसमें हम लेकर रहे कि अरे रजिस्ट्रेशन की जरूरत ही नहीं है, तो ऐसा मिस्टेक नहीं होना चाहिए, तो वो कारों में वो देखना पड़ेगा। देखो, द कंपनी हैज नॉट इनकर एनी कैश फ्लो, अभी कैश फ्लो में दिख रहा है लॉस 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 फ्रॉम एवरी इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटी, ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटी, फाइनेंसिंग तो नहीं, उसमें ऑपरेटिंग में लॉस दिख रहा है, और यहाँ पे हम लोग दिख रहे हैं कि नहीं, देर इज नो कैश लॉस, तो वैसा नहीं होना चाहिए। नो रेजिग्नेशन ऑफ द ऑडिटर इज ऑल्सो हियर। ठीक है, इंटरनल फाइनेंशियल कंट्रोल, इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स आर इज विदिन द कंट्रोल। कंट्रोल चेक करने के लिए आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा, जब आप ऑडिट प्लेस पे जाओ तो यू कैन सी कि हु कैन एक्सेस द सिस्टम जहां से रिपोर्ट निकल रहा है, फॉर दैट मैटर, फॉर एग्जांपल ट्रायल बैलेंस निकल जहां से रहा है, वो स्टेटमेंट में किसका किसका कंट्रोल है, कौन एंट्री मारता है, कौन उसको अप्रूव करता है, कौन बोलता है कि ये एंट्री पास करो, ये सारी चीजें फॉर्मुलेटेड है ना, पॉलिसी है ना उसके लिए, और एवरीथिंग इज गोइंग स्टेप बाय स्टेप। So from this, we can just report on our car thing. Now, if I want to Index के related, if I have to talk Index के related, तो अभी for example in Index 109 is very very मतलब very very technical. Technical in the sense, for example, एक investment है, investment in debenture. So in that there is three in investment, financial फाइनेंशियल असेट्स में इन्वेस्टमेंट आ गया। अब इन्वेस्टमेंट को ग्रुप कहाँ करे, फेयर वैल्यू थ्रू पीआई, थ्रू ओसीआई, फेयर वैल्यू थ्रू पीएनएल और अमोर्टाइज कॉस्ट। तो इन दैट केस वी हैव टू सी द नेचर। इन्वेस्टमेंट अगर डिबेंचर में है तो वहां पे अपने को सिर्फ इंटरेस्ट मिल रहा है, प्रिंसिपल मिल रहा है, तो यहाँ पे तो फेयर वैल्यू थ्रू पीएनएल का सवाल नहीं होता, क्योंकि फेयर वैल्यू आएगी ही नहीं, उसका जो इंटरेस्ट है वही हम लोगों को मिलने वाला है। तो इन दैट केस वी हैव टू रिपोर्ट इट इन अमोर्टाइज्ड कॉस्ट। अब जैसे कि नेक्स्ट ये म्यूचुअल फंड में इन्वेस्ट कर लिया, अब म्यूचुअल फंड में अमोर्टाइज कॉस्ट पे आप कैसे दिखा सकते हो, इसका इंटरेस्ट कितना कितना आपको रिटर्न होएगा, 6 महीने में, 1 साल में कितना गेन होगा, दैट इज नॉट सर्टन। जब आप रिकॉर्ड करोगे इन द बुक, तो उसको पीएनएल के थ्रू, फॉर एग्जांपल एक कॉस्ट था समथिंग, एग्जांपल 100 रुपए का अपने कॉस्ट का म्यूचुअल फंड खरीदा, 115 रुपए का आपको आपने बेच दिया, तो 15 विल बी गोइंग इन माई पीएनएल, this become fair value through PNL. Now come to financial liability. In that case, in that liability, we can take example of lease liability. तो अर्लियर व्हाट हैपन इज, आई गैप में वो चलता ही है ऐसे कि रेंट पे लिया, नॉर्मल है, रेंट अकाउंट डेबिट टू बैंक अकाउंट, और सिक्योरिटी डिपॉजिट मेरे असेट्स में पड़ा हुआ है जो मेरे बैंक से चला गया। बट इन अवर इंडेस में 109 में देर इज लीज, वी विल क्रिएट लीज, फॉर एग्जाम्पल 5 साल के लिए मैंने एक प्रीमाइसिस लीज पे ले लिया, तो showing as a only range, showing as a only deposits, security deposit will not be correct। तो उसमें वो केस में अपने को क्या करना पड़ेगा, we have to jot it down and stuff. We have to first calculate present value of lease, प्रेजेंट वैल्यू ऑफ लीज, फॉर एग्जाम्पल 5 साल का है, उसका प्रेजेंट वैल्यू फैक्टर निकाल के फर्स्ट लीज को लेके आओ, लीज लीज लाइबिलिटी बुक करो, फिर उसके सामने आरओयू असेट्स, एक फिक्टिशियस असेट अपने को दिखाना पड़ेगा बैलेंस शीट में कि 5 साल के लिए हमारे पास ये राइट है टू यूज दिस प्रीमाइसेस, वी आर टेकिंग राइट टू यूज असेट एंड लाइबिलिटी। अब फॉर एग्जाम्पल 5 लाख की मैंने 50,000 इंटू फॉर 5 years आई एम पेइंग रेंट, तो उसका मैंने जो फेयर मार्केट वैल्यू फॉर एग्जांपल निकाला कि 5,000, 50,000 फॉर 60 मंथ आई हैव टू पे, तो एक 18 लाख के समथिंग मेरे को पूरे 5 साल में ये आएगा, रेंट भरने को आएगा, उसका आज के दिन में वैल्यू क्या है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल इट इज कमिंग 16 lakhs, 16,50,000, to have to bridge the gap between 16 lakh 50,000 to 18 lakh over the period of 5 years. for that, in that we have to, this is timing difference, correct? The financial liability को 16 लाख 50,000 से 18 लाख तक पहुंचाने के लिए we have to take the help of interest on these liability. So will over the period every month will book what will do. पहले तो लीज लाइबिलिटी, तो उसको हम लोग क्या कर देंगे, इंटरेस्ट ऑन लीज लाइबिलिटी टू लीज लाइबिलिटी, देन विल पे द लीज लाइबिलिटी टू बैंक। दिस इज वन थिंग। फिर आरओयू जो ऊपर खड़ा था फॉर डे वन को फेयर मार्केट वैल्यू पे विल amortize it over the 60 months in our P&L। तो एक साइड पे आपकी लीज लाइबिलिटी आ गई। अब इसके केस में आपने सिक्योरिटी डिपॉजिट्स भी दिया है, उसको भी आपको एक ये फेयर वैल्यू पे लेके आना पड़ेगा। तो उसको फेयर वैल्यू पे लेके आने के लिए फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपने 5 लाख रुपए की सिक्योरिटी डिपॉजिट दे दी, उसका फेयर वैल्यू इज कमिंग 3,50,000। 3,50,000 से 5 लाख तक पहुंचने के लिए भी आपको एक इसकी गैप को भी फिल करना पड़ेगा। तो इन दैट केस व्हाट विल डू, सिक्योरिटी डिपॉजिट्स अकाउंट डेबिट and will consider it as an income, as if we have taken FD from bank of 3,50,000 which is maturing in next 5 years। So interest accrued हो रहा है, accrued, तो 3,50,000 का gap will be fulfilled in 5 years by 1.5 लाख के अमाउंट से 5 लाख तक पहुंच जाएगा। तो इट इज द ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ आरओयू असेट। नाउ लीज लाइबिलिटी का हो गया। अब जो आरओयू एसडी के टाइम पे भी क्रिएट किया था उसको भी हमको अमोर्टाइज करना पड़ेगा ओवर द 5 years। सो दिस इज द टेक्निकल, दिस इज थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्लेक्स चीज हो जाएगी जो हम लोगों को ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा। नाउ इफ आई हैव टू टॉक अबाउट ईसीएल, एक्सपेक्टेड क्रेडिट लॉस, तो वी हैव टू रीड फर्स्ट कि मैनेजमेंट की पॉलिसी क्या है ईसीएल के लिए, मतलब कितना वो लोग बोल रहे हैं कि व्हाट दे आर एक्सपेक्टिंग, आर दे आर एक्सपेक्टिंग फ्रॉम मार्केट और इट इज देयर हिस्टोरिकल थिंग, मतलब उन्होंने खुद के 10 साल के एक्सपीरियंस से बना दिया कि हमारा एक्सपेक्टेड क्रेडिट लॉस दिस मच है, उसमें से प्रोबेबिलिटी कितनी है टू डिफॉल्ट। What we have to just, if we are considering from market, that's fine. If you are calculating, you have to calculate in the bucket that over the period इतना इतना रिस्क मिल रहा है मेरे को, 10 साल का एवरेज निकाल दो, वो प्रोबेबिलिटी इतनी है। तो फॉर एग्जांपल 80% का आपको ये आ गया, क्या बोलते हैं, एक्सपेक्टेड क्रेडिट लॉस होगा 40,000, उसकी प्रोबेबिलिटी कितनी आए, 0.5%। फिर उसके बाद आप ये लगा सकते हो कि ओवर द पीरियड, जैसे हम बैड डेट बुक कर देते थे आई गैप में कि बैड डेट हो गया, डेटर ने पैसे नहीं दिए, एक ही बार में हिट आ जाए। इन अब इन इंडिया फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई एम एनबीएफसी और एनी बैंक, तो ये केस में तो ऑलमोस्ट एनपीए होते ही रहते हैं, बट एनपीए होते रहते हैं, जब एनपीए होंगे तब नहीं। अभी बताओ कि लास्ट 10 years में, इफ यू आर टेकिंग 10 years का थिंग, 10 year में आपके लॉसेस कितने हुए, will calculate probability, will calculate expected, how much we are expecting, and we will arrive at a amount that, or at a amount which is expected credit loss, and will hit that amount to P&L right now only। एक्चुअली जो होगा विल टेक, फॉर एग्जांपल आपने एक्सपेक्टेड क्रेडिट लॉस निकाला पूरे डेटर्स में से 500 करोड़, 500 करोड़ का डेटर्स है, उसमें से आपने निकाला 85 करोड़ इज एक्सपेक्टेड क्रेडिट लॉस। तो अगर एक्चुअली में ओवर द पीरियड एक्चुअली में आपको 84 करोड़ का लॉस हो भी गया, तो after 2 years, for example, you have booked the loss or bad debt of 84 crore. So it will not just hit the balance P&L of that year. It is spread over the period। तो आप कैलकुलेट कर रहे हो, कैलकुलेट, तो एट दी एंड आपको सिर्फ एक, आपने 85 का बुक किया था एक्सपेक्टेड क्रेडिट लॉस, नाउ इट इज बिकमिंग 84, तो यू दैट विल बी चेंज ओवर द पीरियड। ये हो गया एक्सपेक्टेड क्रेडिट लॉस। Next, for we have in NBFC only, we have to calculate the level 1, level 2, level 3. What are the NPA cases? For the NPA also, this expected credit loss is very, very important for the calculation of the thing. Now, after role of women uh, on technical discussion of India, now we'll move to role of women CA in corporate audit. So, bring diligence. We are bringing diligence, independence, and ethical compliance. Ethical compliance. मतलब we are following uh, classification and measurement. Strong communication with management and audit committees. Audit committee, strong communication मतलब we should not hide कि मतलब ये हो रहा है अभी नेक्स्ट ईयर हम लोग को ऑडिट देंगे या नहीं देंगे. This should not be in your mind. You should be independent of whether you are getting or whether you are getting that audit or not. You have given responsibility by statute, Companies Act, कि you have to report correctly. So it should not be binding कि मैंने अगर गलत रिपोर्ट किया तो क्या होगा. It should not be like we should be independent. We should calculate, technically evaluate the correctness of the thing. Contributing contribution to audit planning, risk assessment, and reporting quality. Audit planning में strategy formulation is very, very important. Again, a very, very important thing. Audit planning will guide you over the period how your audit will be going process. अगर आपके पास 6-7 चीजें एक साथ है करने को, एक 6-7 कंपनीज के ऑडिट एक साथ करने को, तो यू शुड बी इन प्लानिंग स्टेज. यू शुड डिसाइड कि किसको कौन से क्लाइंट को कितना टाइम देना चाहिए, उसके कौन से फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट के कौन से सेक्शन में ज्यादा ध्यान देना चाहिए. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगेन फॉर एनबीएफसी ओनली, एनपीए का सेक्शन वेरी वेरी, मतलब आप देख उसका लोन ही है जो है, लोन पे कितना टाइम, मैक्सिमम टाइम यू हैव टू allocate on loan, on ECL, employee cost. अगेन बाकी छोटे मोटे ट्रांजेक्शन आपने फॉर टाइम बिंग ओवरऑल बेसिस पे क्या तो भी चल जाए, बट you have to deep down in the loan, in ECL, employee cost, and leadership in complex area and India's transition. For example, leadership in India's transition, IFRS, CARO compliance. So these are the role of the. Now, what are the challenges in corporate audit? So pressure from management to clear report. So we all, मतलब most of the time faces the resistance when they management insists us to not too strict on our this thing or soften our audit report. So we should take care that independence is very, very important. We should not go by the management resistance. We should report factual what is correct or what is correct in that we always most of the time they told us to show profit, hide NPS, and create ethical dilemma in our process of reporting. So we should do not take this pressure from management. Just ask them to give the आप अच्छे से अपना फाइनेंशियल्स करेक्ट करो, एनपीए को रिपोर्ट करो, एनपीए कैलकुलेट करेक्ट करो, इंस्टेड ऑफ गिविंग अस टू प्रेशर कि आप बराबर रिपोर्ट इसको रिपोर्ट मत करो या इसको रिपोर्ट करो. Challenges also, what are the challenges from or resources and time constraint in a complex audit. Resources मतलब large audit, फॉर एग्जाम्पल लार्ज ऑडिट है, मल्टीपल लार्ज ऑडिट में टाइम कंस्ट्रेंट भी बहुत रहता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अभी सीजन चल रहा है टैक्स ऑडिट का, बहुत सारे क्लाइंट एक साथ आ गए, क्लाइंट भी तो आराम आराम से डिटेल देते रहते हैं. तो इन दैट केस रिसोर्सेज हमारे पास कम है, दिवाली है, छुट्टियों पे लोग चले गए, लोग कम है, थोड़े लोग हैं, जितना लिमिटेड नॉलेज है उसके बेसिस पे कर रहे थे. तो दैट दिस चैलेंज वी हैव टू कैलकुलेट अर्ली स्टेज पे प्लानिंग करके कि भाई कौन कौन जा रहा है लीव पे, पहले बता दो तुम्हारे हाथ में क्या काम है, अगर आप नहीं हो तो कौन करेगा, क्या क्या करना है. So this will be taken care of. Work-life balance. For women's, work-life balance issues affect continuation and audit. फॉर एग्जाम्पल लार्ज मल्टीपल लोकेशन पे जाना है, मल्टीपल सब्सिडीज है, एंड कॉम्प्लेक्स इंग्लिश कंप्लायंस. तो few movements are seems to be a जो हर ऑडिट प्लेस के प्रीमाइसेस ऑडिट प्लेस पे जा सके, ट्रैवल कर पाए, वो थोड़ा सा डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है. लिमिटेड टाइम ड्यूरिंग विच लीड टू लॉन्ग वर्किंग आवर्स. लॉन्ग वर्किंग आवर्स भी थोड़ा वुमेन के लिए ये हो जाता है कि मतलब घर संभालना है, ऑडिट भी संभालना है, ऑफिस के काम भी करने हैं. तो वो चीज अपने को थोड़ा सा मतलब थोड़ा बाकी कंपैरेटिव में बाकी लोगों से थोड़ा सा नीचे करती है, बट वी विल श्योरली ओवरकम दिस. वी आर बैलेंसिंग बोथ. I mean, balancing office life, family life, we are balancing in a good way, affecting continuation. Our so because of this long hour, because traveling multiple location, this restrict us, this affect us in our work also. So this is the challenge we are facing. So if I have to conclude my this session, so women are driving audit quality across corporate audit. Their contribution ensures accuracy, reliability, regulatory compliance, and robust governance. Diver, diver, diversity and ethical strength, corporate trust, and stakeholders ka confidence we are also getting. Now, uh, I am summing up my session by asking. अब तो हमारे चेयरमैन सर भी फोकस कर रहे हैं कि वाइट कॉलर पे. इट इज आवर कलेक्टिव रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. व्हाट इज हैपनिंग आई डोंट नो, मतलब मैं फिर से शेयर करती हूँ. हाँ, व्हाइट कॉलर क्राइम को रोकने के लिए अभी सीए सर, प्रेसिडेंट सर भी फोकस कर रहे हैं. तो वी शुड ऑल्सो टेक केयर ऑफ कि मैनेजमेंट के कॉलेज में हम पढ़े नहीं और हम अपना काम करें जो हम लोगों को ट्रस्ट करके दिया गया है. नाउ आई वांट टू आस्क suggestions that have you challenges have you faced in maintaining independence during audit as a woman CA? Have you faced any challenges of maintaining independence during audit? Hello, 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 hello.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, yes. So I want to ask this question: if anybody, as a woman,
Right
CA,
now,
have faced these challenges?
maintaining independence. No, ma'am. Right now, I'm not faced that thing.
Okay.
And we haven't got any answer from anyone else.
Okay. So I would like to thank you so much, ICR, to giving us this opportunity. If you have any question, you can ask.
It's a pleasure to have you. And we have got some insights on this topic. Thank you so much for that. And right now, we don't have any questions. Let's just
Okay.
wait for few minutes if
Yeah,
anyone
sure.
have questions. I think, ma'am, we don't have any question. So again, thank you so much for your
Thank
time
you.
and efforts.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, moving to our second session, I would like to introduce CA Arohi Pandya, and she is going taking the session on cultivating a leadership mindset for women chartered accountants. So the brief profile is here. Aruhi is a chartered accountant with experience in accounting, taxation, and auditing and financial management. She has also handled audits, project financing, and banking operations, and she is skilled in corporate laws and MIS reporting and strategic management. Aruhi, over to you for this session. Thank you.
Hello, thank you so much, Iti, for introducing me. Um, Hello, everyone. Uh,
Hello.
Today, we'll be talking about cultivating how to cultivate leadership mindset for women chartered accountants. So, I'll be sharing the screen for the presentation. Hello, is the screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So, the first thing that is said is that leadership mindset. Now there are different words used here. It is a mindset and not a skill set. So there are certain things that we can achieve by practicing, or there are certain skills which can be taught, but people thought that leadership cannot be taught. But this is a completely wrong notion which the people had till date. Leadership can be cultivated, and it can be achieved by certain strategies and a certain kind of thinking. So we'll see about it. As you can see, the future is female. So we are definitely wanting to uh, definitely currently the women are much ahead in each and every industry that we can talk about. But the problem is that women are still not that much engaged or that much involved in the management or leadership roles. They are seen at a wider space into the lower or middle lower level of the workspace, but very few women have reached the management level of the uh, industry. So this is the women leaders in the accounting industry and finance industry. So as you can see, a leadership mindset is the way of thinking, as I said earlier as well. So it is how you think, how you accept your responsibilities, how you accept your role as a leader, and act accordingly. That makes the difference. So, as a chartered accountant, a woman cannot put herself in a limited space of technical expert and just a consultant or compliance expert. Like they cannot be, uh, restricted to compliance and traditional tasks only. So they have to be more analytical. They have to be more, accountable and move into the upper space and challenge the traditional tasks or practices that are allotted to women only. As I said, uh, you can see women are representing 40% of the new CA entrants. Okay. I hope the screen is visible correctly.
Ma'am, is it okay if you can make it in full screen, please?
Okay. Is it okay now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. So, as per the statistics, the new CA entrants in our field represent 40% of them represent the female entrants, female aspirants. So this is quite a appreciative number. But however, going ahead, only 10 to 20% of them, those who qualify the chartered accountancy, hold a certain kind of senior position or leadership roles wherever they work, whether they work independently or they work with any employer. So this gap is due to the mindset of the um women chartered accountants, as well as the mindset of the whole uh, community that has been coming through ages, right? And because of this mindset, we can also admit that certain kind of opportunities are also not provided to women chartered accountants. In spite of all these changes, it is our task now to get those opportunities with our capability, with our knowledge, networking, and definitely hard work. So as you can see, the gender roles across all levels, at the executive or top level it is only 14%. 14 percentage. So as I said, this is a mindset which can be adopted. So how to adopt the mindset? What is the way to go through to achieve that mindset and that thinking? So first thing has to be, it has to be growth oriented. uh, Growth oriented does not mean that the path always goes upwards. It also means that there will be up and down movements in the path that you are going forward, but you have to move forward continuously and uh, face these obstacles and face these challenges, and after doing that, go ahead and then achieve what the goal is, right? So that is the growth mindset. Growth mindset does not mean that you only look or move upwards. It also means that you embrace the downward moments gracefully, as well as calm, with a calm mind and logical thinking. Then strategic thinking, which is quite seen in the chartered accountants, which is comparatively very easy for the chartered accountants to adopt, because they have been trained for that thing during their studies as well as training periods. So thinking strategically, which means not only uh, fulfilling the compliances and statutory deadlines, but look up beyond that and move forward to analytical tasks, consultancy tasks, and problem solving tasks. So one main thing that will help the women would be problem solving, that I feel. Like if the mindset is problem solving mindset, then it would be a great favorable, you know, thing in your case, in our case, that is women. Confidence and visibility. One thing is confidence. The confidence does not come by, you know, listening to the any such podcasts, or it does come, but it comes for certain short time period. If one wants to be confident for you know, continuously for during their career, then the best thing would be to upskill their knowledge and networking as well. So visibility implies networking, meeting people, meeting new ideas, meeting people with new ideas, and encouraging you know, networking will help you build up the confidence to a very great level. So the above 3 points are the points that need to be on the logical side, and the fourth one has to be the emotional side. That a leader cannot be a, you know, rude leader like a Hitler. Even Hitler was a leader, but for being a true leader, in the sense like it has to be emotionally intelligent. The leader has to have empathy, the leader has to have certain kind of emotional quotient, which will help him or her to become and fulfill the position's requirements. So as we said earlier, uh, there are certain kinds of you know, challenges that specifically women chartered accountants will definitely face if they move forward for leadership roles. The Because of the stereotype cultures, and as I said, the traditional uh, beliefs that the people still have, that the community still possesses, that would be the main thing for women to move ahead and possess the leadership roles. Second thing, it would be work life integration pressures. So women are expected to even excel into their personal lives, and just by because of the gender as well, they are, you know, loaded with certain kind of responsibilities of family as well. However, we have been seeing a lot of change in the culture and thinking in this aspect. So the certain tasks which were earlier only allotted, or you know, सेड कि वुमेन ही करेंगे, तो वैसे अभी नहीं रहा है. दे हैव बीन There have been changes, and the personal life or social life tasks have been bifurcated between both the genders, so which is a good move towards the future roles. Then it is the limited mentorship or sponsorship opportunities. So considering the community beliefs and those things, uh, there will be certain kind of limitations in the opportunities, as I said earlier as well, and also the mentorship. But however, since these are the challenges, but there are the solutions coming up along with these only. Like agar aap dekhoge, तो there are a group of women that even I am in touch with, जो जो अभी ऐसे ग्रुप्स चलाते हैं, ऐसी कम्युनिटी चलाती है जो स्पेसिफिकली women को न्यू एरियाज में mentorship दे सके, right? So it is very good to join such mentorship programs which are specifically designed for women chartered accountants, to upskill their knowledge, to upskill their skills, and allow them to take up the leadership roles. Then the fourth thing is implicit bias in promotions and assignments. So as everyone knows that there will be certain kind of biases and there will be certain kind of restrictions for the women uh, chartered accountants, but uh, overpassing them, it is our duty to overlook these things, these biases, and move upwards by gaining proper kind of trainings, mentorship, and networking with other women chartered accountants who are working very very uh, nicely and successfully in various industries. Okay. So, as we said, the leadership mindset can be built by anyone who wants to. So, the first thing that would be required would be self awareness. I should be aware that I want to develop this mindset. If I am not aware, then anything would be in vain. Awareness is the main and key important thing, and there is then and there only the more than 50% of the task gets completed. So if a woman is self-aware, and if a woman wants to um, move towards the path of leadership, then the 50%, more than 50% of the task gets completed there only. The 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 person then would be aware of her strengths, her weaknesses, would also be aware of which path she would want to take to achieve her leadership goals. Second thing, as we discussed earlier as well, is mentorship and networking. Um, Networking is a very very key aspect to look up to, because only with the correct kind of networking and visibility, the person would be able to take up the leadership roles. So as we said, connect with the women leaders. As I said, that there are many women who are working excellently and have been successful in our industry as well. So it is very much advisable to connect with such women leaders, to obtain guidance from them, and maintain certain kind of connection and contacts with such women, and this will help you to build yourself as well. Third is lifelong learning. As we said, mentorship also includes that you keep updated yourself, since our field is continuously updated, and new areas, new learnings, new laws, new regulations keep coming every day. So it is the best thing to gain confidence and become confident leader would be to keep yourself updated, and updated with the knowledge and skills continuously. And because of the digital era that we are into currently, this keeping updated to ourselves is very much easy nowadays. It is all available on your mobile phone at a single click. So it is very much advisable to keep yourself updated through every new advancement coming into the industry. Fourth thing is communication. So communication also plays a very important role when we talk about networking as well. So build a positive, how to uh, communicate positively and affirmatively with the peers working in the industry. Um Also learn how to communicate and obtain certain kind of help for you to achieve your leadership goals. Then comes the purpose driven leadership. lead with integrity and ethics. So at every uh, हर एक एस्पेक्ट पे ये एक जो इमोशनल या एथिकल एस्पेक्ट है दैट वुड डेफिनेटली कम लाइक नथिंग कैन बी विदाउट यू नो you cannot ignore the emotional portion or the ethical portion or integrity thing completely and achieve anything. So these things are much more important along with the other technical things. um, Definitely a leader has to be very very ethical and morally strong. Being morally strong helps the person as well to fight certain challenges that would come his or her own way to achieve her goals, right? So ethics and integrity is the very very much important thing. Okay, so these are very very few, like not even 1% of the women leaders that are currently working in the industries and are working at a leadership role, at a management level role. So the first picture that you see is Miss Naina Lal Kidwai. She is the first Indian woman to head a foreign bank, that is the HSBC India. And besides this, she has achieved a lot of more you know leadership positions and have successfully worked at those positions, uh, being a CFO of a multinational company, and many many more achievements. Then the second that you see is Miss Vishakha Mule. She is CEO of Aditya Birla Capital, again at a management level position, a leadership position. Then comes the Namita Thapar. Everyone would have seen her somewhere or the other. She is a very successful entrepreneur and is in the running and as in running the business very effectively. And the fourth picture that you see is Miss Satyavati Berera. She is engaged with PwC since last 35 years as a strategic partner. So even in the big fours, there was an article in the Times of India recently that big fours are considering uh, to to obtain more women force in the senior management positions. So why people are shifting their thinking? Currently the trend is the shift of thinking and shift of mindset. So if in the current trend, if we put our own efforts and you know make certain strategies, do what they requires to be done to obtain such positions, then it will be very very beneficial, and we will be able to gain the fruits of this shifting of mindset that is going on in the industry. Okay, so the call to action would definitely be, the first thing would be you have to take the ownership of yourself. That would be the first and foremost thing. As we said, that self awareness and ownership and accountability is the foremost thing that could be done. Lead with confidence. Confidence, as I said, as it has to be achieved by being very updated and expert in the field that we are working. And the third most important thing is support other women, lift as you climb. As I said, even I am in contact with various women groups who are you know encouraging female who have been on a career break, uh, encouraging female who are wanting to work remotely due to their social life, personal life, and they are supporting these women by training them into certain areas of working, by giving them mentorship, how to obtain the remote work. and and they are also building a kind of network of women chartered accountants, which is a very very good initiative. So even you people would be able to find such groups, such women who are already at certain kind of leadership position, and they would be helping other women to upgrade themselves and lift themselves. So it is very important to lift other women of the community as well. If you, some of you are in such a leadership position, that then I would also suggest you and encourage you as well कि आप भी ऐसी दूसरी बहुत सारी चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट फीमेल चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स है जो who have been on a career break, and now they are not finding the way how to resume back on their career and how to start it again. So it is, if one help would be very very important for such women, and they will be able to be on their track again and lift their career. So, as we said, leadership is not a position, it is a mindset. It has to be achieved through certain kind of thinking, through growth mindset, through facing challenges with logical reasoning as well as integrity. So, definitely, women in leadership, may the force be with you. And this, the ICAI initiative also suggests to these things, like empowering the women chartered accountants with all kind of knowledge, with technical as well as soft skill knowledge, and motivational and leadership knowledge. So it is very appreciative of the institute as well to look into these matters and work upon them continuously. So here I end my presentation, and I now would be wanting to know if there are any questions that the listeners are having. Any queries or any discussion, Miss Iti? Are there any queries or any kind of discussion or any guidance that the listeners are requiring?
No, ma'am, not as such.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Ms. C. Aruhi Pandya. It was wonderful and an insightful session for all of us. And thank you everyone for joining in and being participative. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.